42. The 42 goes down low. The 79 gets caught up in it just at the very end. The 67, though, of Nathan Stanley makes it on through free and clear. He, Paul Bertiani, and Larry Dickerson having a drag race down in the for one last attack, getting underneath him, not quite able to make it stick, having to lift once again. Oh, into exit of turn number 4, down onto the front straightaway here. Who's going to win it with the drag race? It's going to be Timothy Pope. First 3 and 4, 751 with a hefty lead here, about a half a car length as the one gets up into the wall with a run down. 200 feet. It's going to be a close one across the line. Derek Welsh made it 3 wide on the far outside lane, picking up spots left and right here as everybody fighting for every single spot we go. Coming across the line, white flag. So here we go, final lap. Konnichiwa and welcome everybody into some Monday night racing action here with the Numb Thumbs Racing League Xfinity Series taking on the tricky track over here in Japan. That's right, we are at Twin Ring Motegi, a very interesting and diabolical piece of engineering is going to be taking place here as these drivers compete for 115 laps around this 1.5-mile track. It's going to be some almighty fun and should have a interesting finish here at the end. So let's get all buckled down in and jump on down to it and get things started off with the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
And welcome back. As always, we have to say a huge thank you to the proud race sponsors of this NTRL Racing League. Let's go ahead and say those names real quick. Davidson Builders up there in the northern New Jersey area. Be sure to go and give them a shout out if you're looking to maybe do a whole home remodel, put on an extension to the house, or just change out the kitchen sink. Be sure to head on over and give a contact there to Davidson Builders. Of course, big thank you as well to DEP Graphics. Some fantastic paint schemes coming out of that garage every single day. So be sure to head on over to DEP Graphics and spice up your race car here today. Of course, big thank you as well to Sim Gear Central and their fantabulous button boxes where it's got all the flip dials, turn knobs, and whatever buttons you could possibly think of to aid you in your sim experience. Be sure to head on over to simgearcentral.com and order your next button box from them here tonight. Big thank you as well to Track Bar Media, some amazing photo and video edits of real life and sim life racing, as well as some custom apparel there as well. Be sure to head on over to Track Bar Media to see what they got going on. And of course, big thank you as well to Martin Sports. Talk about your racing apparel. They got all the gloves, shoes, anything that you could need for your sim racing or real life racing, as well as customized team jerseys, so that way you could actually look like a team and not just a bunch of plebs that showed up on a Saturday night and, you know, no one knows whose team you're on or how you even got on pit road. So head on over to Martin Sports to pick yourself up some gear here today. As always, I am Alan Brown, and I am joined in the booth by the brewmaster in general and the king of popping open cans, Mr. Alan English, joining me here in the booth here tonight. Weird one here tonight there, Mr. English. It's not often we head on over here to Twin Ring, but when we do, it's usually a pretty good time.
Yeah, we're across the Pacific tonight. It's about 50 miles northeast of Tokyo. 50 miles north of the northernmost part of Tokyo Bay. So halfway between Fukushima and Tokyo is about where we're at here tonight. And this place has since become a resort of sorts after it was originally called Twin Ring Motegi. It's attracts a lot of tourism and stuff to this part of Japan. But this mile-and-a-half obelisk where we're focused at here tonight, these guys out there on a custom-made setup. I think Mr. Singer, is credited with coming up with this setup for these cars at this track. So DW says it's a pretty good setup. So we're gonna see how it performs out here tonight. Ought to be pretty competitive out here. 30-car field here tonight in Japan. So I can't wait to see what these guys do. This is a 115-lap feature here tonight, and I can't wait to get started, bud.
Yeah, that indeed is missing down there on pit road for the time being, but should at some point jump on here with us, being held up at customs. I told him not to bring his dang samurai swords with him, but no, he had to take them in, you know.
He's got one of them autographed by Randy Jackson. I don't know what that's all about, but he told me he got it done in the airport. He's like, if you have a samurai sword, you're not going to get it autographed by Randy Jackson. I don't know what that's about.
Yeah, I don't know. But Adam should be joining us here at some point throughout the evening, and we look forward to having him join us. In the meantime there, Mr. English, how about you shoot the what the current rules are here for tonight?
Yeah, these guys, of course, racing the Xfinity car here tonight on these Monday night races. 65% fuel is what these guys are going to be able to run out there, so they're going to have to make a couple extra fuel stops here. Let's see, tire set limit. 3 total sets of tires here. That's including the one they're starting on after the qualifier. So 3 total sets of tires. It's pretty hot out there on the track. 117 degrees Fahrenheit on the track surface, so it's going to be a little slick out there to start. Pace car speed limit 60, pit speed limit 50 miles an hour. These guys, hopefully they practice their pit entry here at Twin Ring. It's not an easy pit lane to get onto. It's out of that tight set of turns. So you're going to have to make a hard left to get down onto the pit lane. Incident penalties, every 18X, you're going to get a black flag. Well, it's not every 18. You're going to get one at 18, and they're going to get DQ'd at 25. There you go. So that's the DQ or the incident limit rules here, and 1 fast repair. That's all you got here in this league. So you got to keep that car safe, keep it out of danger. Aero is important here at Twin Ring, so you got to keep those body panels straight. Stay off of the wall if you can.
And that indeed, as we take a look here at tonight's race info, nice and bright sunshiny skies out here to keep this track all lit on up, so these drivers not going to have any issues with that whatsoever. Bringing us down to tonight's key to the race, and well, it's just like Darlington, just in Japanese. It's got 2 completely set of separate corners here that are very, very different. We're talking, you're probably going to be able to keep it in that 4th gear through turns 1 and 2, and then 3 and 4. I wouldn't doubt if we saw some downshifting out there.
I bet we probably will. It's even a greater difference between the ends of the tracks than you see at Darlington. So, yeah, we might see some guys grabbing a gear going into 3, or at least halfway through 3 and 4 to get a good run off of turn 4. But you got to be careful getting that extra gearing down right there, increasing your torque. You're just increasing the chances that the back end's going to step out on you when you try to put that power down coming out of 4. So if you're going to downshift, do it carefully.
Yes, sir, he is. We're just a quick step away from getting ready to announce our starting grid. As always, we thank you all for tuning in and watching and having a great time out here with us on the racetrack. If you haven't done so already, be sure to hit that subscribe button, ring the notification bell so you get alerted every single time we go live, especially like we did on Saturday night with that women's only ladies night race, the little special we had going on there. That was a fantastic time, so don't miss any action like that. And if you enjoy it, be sure to hit that thumbs up button here as well, as we can continue to grow this fantastic little community we got going on over here, as we looks like get ready to get things all lined on up down here on pit road. Drivers heading on to their race cars. Let's go ahead and tell everybody where their favorite driver will start here for this evening. And how about this, that 98 of Connor Leach? He's been on a roll here as of late and looking to continue that roll, as he's going to start up on pole position. He's going to have the old man of Mr. Paul Durkee in the 13 machine starting here tonight in 2nd place to his outside. The 2 of Jim Ott having a pretty good starting spot as well, looking to recover after some bold strategy calls last week not going his way. He's starting in 3rd. 4th will be the 19 of Brandon Coleman there to his outside. The one-legged wonder of the one machine, Derek Welch, starting out here in 5th place. To his outside is going to be the 38 of Frank Peacock in 6th position. You got the 8 of Dylan Mad Max Bryant starting here tonight in 7th, with the 51 of Chris Klein to his outside tonight in 8th. 9th will be the 69 of Mr. Larry Dickerson, and the 3 of Skylar Harrod rounding out your field starting in top 10. Oh, that you got the 099 of Albert Anderson just outside that top 10 starting in 11th. 12th is the 20 of Justin Lawson, looking to gain a couple spots here tonight. Got the 33 of Sean Roberts having a pretty good starting spot there in 13th, with the 22 of Justin Hurst to his outside there in 14th. And 15th, you got the triple O of Double O Joe Bennett, with the 23 of the Mac Daddy, Mr. Mark Collins, rounding out your top 16 here this evening.
The 05 of PJ Cox will start in 17th place outside row number 9, Scott Milner in that 31 car. The 92 of Timothy Stubblefield, Stubbs, will start in 19th place. 20th will be Tristan Cotton in the 7. The 79, Jarrett Woodard, one of our Canadian friends, he'll start in 21st place. Outside row number 11 will be Russ Endicott in the 57 car. The 6 of Joe David starts 23rd. 24th will be Paul Ferdiani, the gambler, there in the 10 machine. The 32, Nick Biddy, starting in 25th. 26th, Hayden Malcolm in the 81. The 12 of Joseph Thompson will start 27th. 28th will be Benjamin McKinnon in the 14. The 55, the double nickel of Tom Barish, will start 29th, and 30th will be Justin Morrow in the 46. Bring it up your field.
And that is your field here tonight from Twin Ring, as the field falls around behind the pace car, which is about ready to peel off down onto pit road. And one thing I just noticed there, Mr. English, is that backstretch, man, that thing was wide. You could go 4, 5, maybe even 6 wide, you know, to maybe get some passes done. So very wide track.
I hope we see it, man. That might be some fun.
I hope so as well, as that pace car does peel on off down onto pit road. And an early start, here we go. Green flag racing for the first time here tonight, as the field rumbles and stumbles down into turns 1 and 2. The 98 down on the inside, looking to find that grip, to find a run here and try to get away early. The 2 machine going to follow on through here, as well as the 3 wide here behind them. Got the 69 down low, the 3 filtering up right in front. Ooh, man, of the 38. Goodness gracious, that was some tight racing there. Is up at the front. Looked like the 2 of Jim Ott maybe trying to make a pass there on the outside lane, but the 98 with the kind of blocking defensive position.
Oh, reckon. Got the 81 around. That's Hayden Malcolm. We're still green, though.
Hayden Malcolm and Joe Thompson both going for a ride. Oh, same thing with the double nickel of Tom Barish as they rejoin the track. Oh, no, the 12 machine almost hooked it back around as he was coming back out onto a racetrack as the rest of the field heads on back down into turns 1 and 2. Now down that back straightaway here. So
38, reckon, with America's driver also. That's Frank Peacock and Albert Anderson mixing it up. Yellow is out.
Yellow coming out for that one as traffic still on the racing surface. Let's go ahead and see what happened back here with Hayden Malcolm. Oh, looks like the 57 of Russ Endicott getting a little bit loose, and then the 6 machine was starting to check up for it. The 81 ends up going around down onto the apron, and it was just kind of continued shenanigans at the end of that one as we then head on over to see what happened with Frank and Albert Anderson here.
Completely unrelated incidents. They just happened almost the same time.
Ooh, looks like the 099 of America's driver just got super loose coming out of turn number 2 there. And started getting all squirrely and whirly and gets down into the 38, spinning him around. Thankfully, doesn't look like too much impact there. No wall hits or anything like that. Because a safer barrier hasn't made it over to Japan quite yet. So both drivers with minimal damage.
Yeah, and hot track and, you know, maybe not completely worn in tires yet may contributed there. You know, it's just a situation where you're coming off a turn and you're trying to get all that speed you can, momentum coming out of the turn, and rear end just came around on it. Well, thank you, everybody, for joining us over there in the YouTube chat tonight. Vincent Short, ready to go racing out there. Plus EV Racing pulling for his team out there. Mike Adamson saying good luck, Team All-Star. Shugu saying Beer Money Racing looking to have a good, strong run out there here tonight. Plus EV Racing saying, who brought the Sapporo? I don't know what that means.
That's the Japanese beer.
Okay. All right, that makes more sense. I know it's a state in Japan, but I didn't know that was the name of a beer. And Sharice Stubblefield saying, go Stubbs. All right, man. I'm tracking you now.
It's a fairly light beer.
I gotta try some. I gotta find some first.
Oh, I'm sure you can find it. It's all over the place.
I gotta reach out to some old Air Force buddies. And I'm sure somebody's got a connection somewhere.
Oh, I mean, I was able to get it on the cruise ship, so if I'm able to get it on the cruise ship, I think you'll be able to find it down there, Louisiana.
Crazy Louisiana and their distribution laws down here. It's hard to find anything. But I'll do my best.
But yeah, not too bad. But yeah, we do get our first caution here early within the first few laps of this race. But again, kind of was hinting at it as we were about ready to go to the green flag. I keep forgetting how wide this track actually is. Most of the time whenever I run here, Mr. English, it's normally just on the road course, and the road course is fun, but it's been a hot minute since I've run on the oval.
Yeah, this oval's big enough, you know, you could run several lanes wide here. You got to watch out for where those marbles start to develop, though, up in the turns, up high, probably the top third of the racetrack, maybe the top quarter of the racetrack. Adam, did you make it out of customs already? I know you had trouble sneaking some stuff in the country.
A little hang up this metric system thing. That's part of the problem here. Yeah, I mean, we're in another country, so I don't know why we're here. Maybe that's part of the problem.
I told you, no nunchucks, man. Just keep them at home.
I had them throwing stars is what it got me. Remember, y'all ever had those? You could just hit your friend with them.
Skull can, not that. You throw a skull can. or you gotta yell
That's a
ninja star when you
It's a
throw
South Texas Ninja Star. It's a can of skull.
it. Yeah.
But
Remember that guy, the Trailer Park Ninja on YouTube where he's
I hadn't seen that.
Judy chopping people?
Oh yeah, that's old. I have seen that.
what was that dojo guy's thing?
I think that was the same guy. I think it was the Trailer Park Ninja guy that was throwing Copenhagen cans at people. And
Wasn't it like Ken's Dojo or something like that, where
Yeah.
he was
that's
doing
on a
crazy
movie.
stuff?
No, that was on that movie in Utah. Napoleon Dynamite.
Yeah,
No?
that's what I was thinking of. He's thinking, no, there's a real guy, something Ken. Yeah,
Oh.
I know who you're talking about.
No, I know you and Greg and Jimmy were always bringing stuff up about that.
Yeah, I've watched it before.
Wow. But either way, we're getting lined back on up here side by side to get ready to go back to green flag racing. And for the most part, the first couple rows really remaining unchanged here. Pretty much everybody holding on to whatever starting position that they had as the pace car peels on off down onto pit road. And here we go once again down that start finish line, and away we go. Green flag racing here from Japan once again. The 98 off to a great start, gonna defend down on that inside lane. I got a feeling that's where the kind of area you want to be is for most of the night. Is going to be right against that white line. But here comes that 13 and the 19 looking to hound down that back bumper of the 98 as they make their way down the backstretch. Here comes the 2 of Jim Ott sneaking up the inside. Same thing with the 8 of Dylan Bryant looking to the inside here as well, making a pass on the 1 of DW. Oh, the 69 Larry Dickerson slipping a little loose there, able to avoid some heavy contact, but ends up losing the fight for position there, and even a couple more. So that little bit of time started to add on up. Then you got the 7 machine trying to make some passes up along the outside lane here. That's the Trister making his way over here across the Pacific Ocean.
So you know how you can pay to get those celebrity shout out things?
Yeah, cameo.
A buddy of mine did it for our mutual friend, and he did it. It was Master Ken. I think is who you're talking about.
Yeah.
The guy with the mustache. He's hilarious.
I need to do one of those. I don't know who I'd pick.
Well, I meant to do it this past May for you, but I totally spaced on it.
I was gonna chip in for it too. I do.
Oh man, that would have been fun.
All that.
Well, you can save it for another.
Still on the table.
I'll save it for another birthday. Here is the 31 Scott Miller looking to the inside of 05 PJ Cox. Meanwhile, the 98 Connor Leach still trying to drive away from that 13 of Paul Durkee, who's really finding a good run up there on that outside lane. I wonder if, again, being one of the first times really here, especially in these Xfinity cars that we have seen, I don't know what the tire wear situation is going to look like compared to outside to inside, or what long-term runs are going to look like. But the 13 ripping around on the outside there in turns 1 and 2, getting that front bumper in front of the 98.
Times you can push that car around here and make some stuff happen on the outside, and it looks like that's what
I'm confused here. You know, it looks like an American track, but then you see all these Honda signs and everything.
There's Coca-Cola there too.
Yeah.
It looks like it's in the hills of the Allegheny, you know?
It's in the hills of somewhere that's hard to pronounce.
Yeah, I don't know where. There's a motel over there in turn 3. Might have to check that out. Maybe they got a good bar or something.
We gotta. So they do have their, as I showed you one night, where the real degenerates go, and that's when to bet on horses in the middle of the night, and you know that's the Japan stuff. Well, they've also got like Karen races. So basically, it's like short track bicycle races that you can bet on too.
Why do
Tell
they
me
call it
that's
a
not
Karen
rigged.
race?
I guess it's just what they're called.
Tell me that's not rigged.
Oh, it's 100% rigged. Just as much as sumo wrestling.
It sounds, if you call it Karen race, it sounds like a bunch of housewives ready to run into Dollar General wanting to speak to the manager.
Oh, I would pay to bet on that too.
That does sound interesting.
Meanwhile, speaking of races, we're kind of single filed on out here. We got a little bit of side-by-side still going on. We got the 57 of Russ Endicott having a good little battle here with the 14 of Benjamin McKinnon. B-Mac making his way around the outside. Oh, it's 57. I don't think quite comfortable with the line here just yet. Goes really slow down there into turns 1 and 2. Just, having some problems. The 55 looking to the outside as the 57 slides on up there.
Sean Roberts, the driver of that Ford out there, we hadn't talked about him much this season here, but he's up 6 spots. Currently in 7th position in that 33.
How many national anthems do we have to play if we race in Japan,
12.
Canada, USA, and Japan? I don't know. It's kind of confusing.
Kind of our broadcast transmitters in the U.S., so that's
Well, I'm only for that flag, to be honest with you. Even though they're trying to destroy it every day with Claude. What's that guy? Claude Schweiss?
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Yeah, that guy ruined it.
Oh, as one machine looks down to the inside of the 8 of Dylan Bryant here. 33 starting to sneak up on his back bumper just a little bit.
Jessica Stubblefield out here supporting Stubbs at another race here. What you got there, Adam?
No, I was just going to say that guy, he runs the World Economic Forum, the John Claude Van Damme guy you're talking about.
Yeah.
What a joke.
He just did variety movies and stuff. Remember
No.
Bloodsport?
No, this is the guy who wants one world government. Jean Claude Van Damme, right? It's Claude something. I'll get it. Let me use the Googler.
Yeah, well, you used the Googler. Got the 3, the 8, and the 33 in a little bit of a tizzy here. Got the 3 trying to shoot up the inside, get past the 8 machine, but the 8 still putting up a pretty good fight.
That guy's mostly spaced out here, but you got the 19 trying to run down the 98 here. Spots on the track, they're pretty close.
Same thing with the 98, trying to get that lead back from the 13, diving it on down to the bottom lane, and just it looks like the 13 really has the shorter of the 2 corners, turns 3 and 4 really nailed down, and the 98 just hasn't quite found where to pick up that run just yet.
Oh, sorry, this idiot's named Klaus Schwab. What a joke, that guy. Just he's Bill Gates. He might as well just hold hands through the prairie. Couple of losers. Sure, they all have blue roofs, though. That's the key. That's how you know you're somebody if you got a blue roof. Just do your Googling. Ooh, Chris Klein's about to do something to Dickerson here.
Hey, and Nick Biddy's shooting on down low underneath, doing a 2-for-1 special there in turns 3 and 4, getting both the 92 of Stubbs and the 099 of Albert Anderson. It looks like the 51 trying to really get the rhythm going down through turns 1 and 2 there. Get the run on the 69. Not quite able to get it there. Now it's going to have to kind of peek towards the outside, but again, the run really not going anywhere. Now with the very aggressive late lift move down into 3 and 4, gets that position away.
Use those tires and use your neighbor's tires too if you Need to.
Just put them in the wall at this point. You're in another country. It doesn't count, does it?
Smash them. Yeah, there's no admins over here, are there?
I doubt it. And if there are, you can't understand what they're saying. Man.
You know, the Japanese have more intensive English classes than we have over here in the U.S., right?
Oh, yeah, no, I know.
Ooh, as we got some beating and banging going on here in front of the 23 of Mark Collins. Got a nice little pack of about 5 cars. Got the PJ Koss, got Tristan Cotton, the Triple O of Double O. Joe Bennett there. Mark Collins, the 20 of Justin Lawson there as well.
Jessica Stubblefield says, I need some action out here tonight. Turner, I need a rant from you.
Well, I tried to get going on the Klaus Schwab and Bill Gates, having some kind of dumb love fest, but didn't take off.
It didn't
Ooh, 31 in the 7 with some right side romance.
Contact early here in the race. We're not even a fifth of the way through this deal.
And the 7 saying, "Hey man, come on! I was giving you room. Why are we door banging out here?" Gives the 31 a little bit of some rub on that back bumper down the front stretch, getting him a little loose.
Hey, look at Connor Leach's car. He's really showing off tonight with his big maple leaf and everything.
Yeah, man.
What's that on the back
What?
deck?
I've got him in a Bush car.
Oh, on my screen it's a big Canada car.
Canada, man.
I got my trading paints is running.
Oh, who knows? Either way, both are good.
Yes.
Wonder if he's got Hosehead in it. Like, if Hosehead is riding passenger with Connor Leach, that would probably be pretty amazing.
Drinking, he's got a case of Elsinore beer in the floorboard, eh?
Yeah, I believe there'll be no charge, eh?
There'll be no charge.
There's a mouse in the bottle. 57 just got run off the road there. He's got nothing left in the back end of his car.
Guys missed his rear bumper there.
I don't
When
need
that
it.
happened.
I don't know. Are they eating crickets and grasshoppers in Japan like Bill Gates wants us to here?
No.
They're still
Okay,
eating
good.
raw fish and rice and stuff over there, right?
As long as it's not fish heads and rice. That's when you know you're in trouble, when that's on the menu.
Just the head?
Yeah, you never heard of that? Fish heads and rice?
I've heard of just the head. I don't know if it was referred to the way you eat fish, but
I don't know. It's gross. But that's what they want for you. They hate you. They hate America. You know this.
oh, the fish?
No, everybody. Even the Americans hate Americans. Because they're not real Americans. Like Klaus Schwab and Bill Gates, Oprah Winfrey. With her, she
Oprah
could
who?
never get right on that damn Nutrisystem either. She made millions off of it though, didn't she? Probably billions. What a waste of humanity.
05 PJ Cox looking to make a pass on Albert Anderson there in the 099.
Sorry, Jessica. Did I step over the line, Donnie? Or am I okay?
I think she can just tell your heart's not in it tonight.
Yeah, it's really not. I got a lot of occupations going on in my brain.
As a 23 machine trying to hunt down the triple O of the double O of Mr. Joe Bennett. Is next season, is he going to be the quadruple O?
I hope so.
I hope
That would
so.
be cool. Okay, now Tristan Cotton's got a Food Lion car. Do you see that? Now, that's kind of cool.
I see good humor.
Man, maybe I'm the one with the bad train
No,
paint.
I'm showing the same ones you are there, Turner. I don't know.
Control R.
Troll are there, eh?
All right. Well, so this is going to be an interesting one to call, as every single car. Oh, well, that refreshed my YouTube. Hold on.
Oh,
Oh, hit
I was
the wrong button. Sorry.
selected the wrong screen.
We're not good at this.
Hit all the buttons.
Now everybody's all turned on white as we watch the 7 of Tristan Cotton and I think it's the 79 of Jarrett Woodard trade some positions. Nope, still keeping them in the good humor car. Whatever.
It don't matter.
Either way, you got the 20 of Lawson trying to chase down the 05 of PJ Cox while holding up that 23 of Mark Collins. Two of Jim Ott was able to get back around the 33 of Sean Roberts, who's been having a pretty good run out here.
Well, so far they seem like they've been real clean. I know I've been like talking crazy, my brain is like kind of screwy right now. But
Yeah,
a good race.
Yeah, we had a early caution there within the first couple laps, but again, I think it was people, getting used to running around each other, cold tires, that whole thing. And but yeah, other than that, we've been clean. English, I know you alluded to it. I think you said what, 65% fuel here tonight?
Yes.
So I got a feel we're coming up on some pit stops here in just a second. Meanwhile, the 98 of Connor Leach managing to find the run there and gets back the lead. It's all the 2 almost going for the dive inside the 13 as well, but not quite there just yet.
I want to see some people smashing each other.
Yeah, let's have a fight. Looks like 2 wide. Collins, Lawson. This is a good little battle. They're coming up on Stubblefield. Might be a crash or something. I don't know.
Somebody might wreck.
Looks dangerous is what it looked like.
Vincent Short saying correct throttling here is huge. Trying to feather that gas pedal just right. Talks of DW. We know this is one of his favorites. That's why it's on the schedule here.
Communists like it overseas, don't they?
What?
Nothing. I didn't say anything. I was watching the race.
Oh, okay.
Oh my God, we're gonna get fired.
Come on, that was one of my dry jokes.
That was pretty good. That was pretty.
Come on, DW, please don't fire us today.
That's the most tame joke you've had.
Actually, probably was.
We're not making fun of his leg. You're going to call him a commie. I mean,
that's you with the forklift thing. Is he survived that? Is he back, or is
so
he
far?
still
Yeah,
hobbled up? The termites didn't get the peg leg.
Well, I can't say. I don't know what happened with that. I know that several, different animals, different breeds of animals have donated their leg to him.
Oh.
Most of them were rejected, I think. They did try a donkey leg, but he kept kicking himself in the ass. So I'm not sure if they stuck with that or if they removed it or what.
That was a good dad joke there. I don't know, but this race is humming along. Vince says this is a driver's track. Is that the case?
Yes.
I don't know. I had to buy it to get in here, by the way. I don't even know where we're at.
Donna raced here with another league a couple of years ago, so I still had it. But I've never raced here often. I could be wrong. I might have done an Indy race here.
Possibly.
Yeah, Tristan Cotton with his camera up
Yep,
tonight.
Tristan Cotton. Also saw from Mr. Nick Biddy out there. Also have the man who's currently out there in first place trying to put some vehicles a lap down as he reaches for his mouse there by the looks of it. So maybe trying to set up his next round of pit stops.
That was me cracking a beer, and it was a Miller Coors product.
Yeah, but it sounded cool.
I won't say which, of course, because they're not paying me.
Yeah, we got to get the sponsor. We've been begging for that, hadn't we? We put in the man hours.
Sure.
Never get the sponsorship. The beer sponsor.
3 Skylar Herod out there with the driver camera as well. Thank all the drivers that join us there with those driver cameras on up. Especially appreciated last on this past Saturday night. We got to see Earl Evans' 13-year-old daughter Meryl up there on the camera, being a real wheel woman out there.
She made it look like crap too, huh?
Yeah, she's better than him. It's obvious.
Terrible.
Yeah, I like him as a person, but she's a better driver. Chris Klein kind of hit the wall back there a little bit. I think we're looking at some pit stops coming up quick. Can't be mean to Earl.
Yeah, with the field running around here pretty nicely right now. Still got some battles that could heat on up for position, but for the most part, kind of single filed here. We got the 20 of Justin Lawson trying to get back to that back bumper here of PJ Cox. And got some lap traffic getting in the mix here as well. As here we go, the Gambler, Paul Fardiani in the 10 machine. One of the first ones to take to pit road here for some green flag pit stops.
I have a feeling the rest of the field is not going to be too far behind here. Just wait for somebody to kind of break the seal there, so to speak.
Oh, I hate it when that happens,
And
just got to keep going back to pit road all the time.
Because I hear about you guys fighting over about turn 2 of Pocono enough. I want to hear you guys fight about your baseball teams here. You're both going at it for that American League Championship Series.
I do identify as a Rangers fan. I don't know if you guys know that, and I know you've spent a lot of time in Houston. However, I think you kind of claim both, don't you?
Well, I grew up. First baseball game I ever went to was a Rangers game.
Yeah.
So it's hard for me. This is a hard one for me, to be honest with you. But all my people are in Houston, so I want them to be happy, but I also want them to be sad. So I think I win either way.
Yeah, I think we'll both support whoever moves forward, but I really hope it is the Rangers.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's their time. They got a good team. You can tell they're hungry, man.
I mean, it's been a while since they've lost the World Series, so I'm sure they're ready to lose it again this year. Possibly to the Phillies, Jessica.
Please no! I wouldn't want to see that anybody. The Philadelphia teams, they're too much sometimes. The Eagles. It's like they have to have a jail in their stadium. So that tells you something.
It's almost like you're like Boston or something.
Yeah.
Oh, Vince is a Cards fan. You grew up watching the Cards too.
So I grew up with the Cardinals and the Rangers. So I had American League and National League. That was a good one when they got together in the World Series 2011. Rangers really pissed that one away, didn't they?
Yeah.
It's like watching baseball in general. What you got, Brad?
Just saying, 15 in the 7, having a good battle. Meanwhile, 33, the 38, and the Triple O making their way on down onto pit roads. Same thing with the 05 of PJ Cox. So again, I think we're now not only going to see the pit stops, but we're also going to see the whole emergent traffic aspect here at this racetrack. And, man, like you said, English, that entrance into pit road is not easy whatsoever.
Yeah, that's a hard left turn, and you gotta get your speed all the way down to what do we say, 55? 50 or 50? I can get down to 50. Not an easy task.
This track reminds me of something. I just can't. It's like a combination of a couple American tracks. Pretty cool so far. I'm not gonna lie.
A super wide Darlington kind of.
Yeah, I can see that. Well, and then this grandstands on the front look kind of like Kansas, and I don't know. It's just a little bit of everything.
And Larry Dickerson now making his way on down pit road as well. Looks like he's trailing behind the 57 of Russ Endicott.
13 Goats machine of Paul Durkee got a good looking paint out there as well. 2 of Ott right behind him. Jessica, a buddy of mine, is doing that right now. He's trying to hit a couple of them each year, and I think he's
Durkee's around.
Ooh, cold tires.
Tires right there, bud. Yep.
There
Caution
it is.
is out now.
I'm looking for Paul Durkee's name, but I can't find it on the list. Where is he?
I don't know.
Yeah, there's
13?
There's Paul. Found him. Took me a hot minute. It's like a cold tire starting to rear its head here once again as the 13 coming out of turns 3 and 4. Oh, a little squiggle back and forth. Almost saved it, but again, we talked about it so many times about these Xfinity cars. Once when you start bobbing and weaving like that, it's almost impossible to get these cars wrangled back under control.
Yeah, it's tough. It's all right. Oh, no harm, no foul. Just him. There is one fast repair.
Yep, that there is. And for the most, there's going to be a good chunk of this field, almost about half the field trapped a lap down at the for this caution here.
Whew.
But yeah, Jessica, I really thought so too. Tampa's my team, and they just got cold at the wrong time.
Wait, I thought you were like a Boston guy.
Just because I live up here, don't mean I'm a fan.
You like the Patriots, right?
I don't watch football. I'm a Oilers fan.
Thank you. Finally, a
He's
true
a Tennessee
American.
Titans fan.
No, they don't exist.
They
I've
don't
never
exist.
heard of that team.
Yeah, like birds, right? They're all robots.
Yeah, like birds aren't real. Titans. What a joke. The thieves over there. Man.
Just gonna Stubbfield the Oilers.
I'm gonna get my gear out one day and I'm gonna wear it.
You
so y'all
should.
can
You
see
should.
before the race.
Like an Earl Campbell jersey or anything. Warren
No,
Moon?
I didn't like Earl Campbell. He played at UT. I didn't care for that guy.
Oh,
Warren Moon, yeah, that's cool. He was good. Man, breaking news. Hey, it says
yeah.
this guy, this Biden guy, he's gonna travel to Israel. I mean, I don't know why. I mean, he's gonna be asleep when he's there. I don't understand why they're sending him over there. What's he gonna do? Yeah.
If it's like any other place that around the world, we're probably gonna give him a whole bunch of money.
Yeah, as long as he craps his pants while he's over there, that's the best part.
The thing is,
He
you
did
give all
that once before in the Vatican, I think.
we give billions to Iran, they attack Israel. I guess we'll give billions to Israel so they can attack Gaza and Iran.
That way you win. What do you call that, Brown, when you bet on both teams? It's like
Hedging your bets.
you're never going to lose, right?
Well, it's called, you must have stock in Lockheed Martin or something.
I got stock in this. I got stock in that. I'm going to be victorious either way.
Yes. Which, in realistic betting sense, there's really no such thing as an actual hedge bet. The house always has an edge.
Mm-hmm.
Jessica Stubbfield clarifying, it's the pigeons aren't real. Pigeons aren't real.
Especially
Yeah,
the
because
baby
these
pigeons.
sit on the edge of a building and they just sit there and look at you.
Yeah.
They're surveilling.
Oh, I know. And she brings up a good point about baby pigeons. I don't think I've ever seen a pigeon smaller than a dang chicken.
That's true. They're always fully grown.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. You just
I've
stumbled
never
onto
seen
something.
grown.
How is that even a thing? I'm going to have to do some Googling tonight. I have never seen one either. Unless you say it's a dove, but they're totally different.
Oh, they're totally different.
Vince
you're
is
onto
short. How you
something
going to
here.
root for a guy that just came from the CFL, Warren Moon?
Yeah, he was good to the Oilers, even though he remember when he choked in Buffalo there.
Yeah.
Well, the whole team choked in Buffalo. What year was that? 91. They were up like 30 going in a half, and they lost, kind of like the Colorado this weekend to Stanford. I think Bucky Richardson too. You know, ran into him at the rodeo one time.
Bucky
Like
Richardson
literally ran into him. Like we bumped into
him.
each other.
Made him spill
And I
his
was like, I'm
freaking
sorry,
Copenhagen
dude. And then I
stick
look at
up
like, yeah, I was like, oh, sorry, dude. And he's like, oh, no problem. And I'm like, oh, that's Bucky Richardson. Cool. I just bumped into him.
He knocked his
That was
beer
it,
out of his
you know.
hand, probably.
Well, he was probably good. I had a beer.
Oh, you had yours, so it was okay.
I don't remember. It was early. It was probably before noon, so I know I had. I don't think he did.
Well, as
You were
the
half blasted.
as we get back to racing here, because everybody's all lined up side by side behind the pace car, and it's a quick and early start once when these drivers get out of turn number 4 there, and off and running we go here once again with the 98 with a great jump on that restart. The 2 of Jim Ott is going to follow him right on through. Man, the 33 of Sean Roberts, I don't think he was quite expecting it. Oh, quick yellow flag here as Chris Klein is around.
Dang
I tried to call it out, but I'm burping up Greek food, so sorry I was
You
a
had
little
Greek
slow on
food
the call
today?
it. Yeah,
What do you have?
a big giant fat gyro, about the size of a
Oh, that
football.
sucks.
Ooh, yeah, he had
Sounds
a little help going around with it too. Looked like the 69 gets to the back bumper there of the fake 51. Chris, it's been so long now. When are you changing that number, buddy?
What is he doing?
He ain't gonna do it.
He like I even remembered like the first week. He's like, I'm sorry, I'm gonna get it
Never
changed.
change. Never change, Klein. Keep doing your thing.
Yeah, now we got to the point we don't even know anymore. Lost the care, I guess. Yeah, we were on to other things like pigeons and stuff. Yeah, Vince, it was Vince says they pulled the Colts in the middle of the night. The Oilers left. Yeah, same scenario.
Out of Baltimore. Yep.
Disgraceful.
Yeah, we got a nice little Greek restaurant with actual Greek people working in it, believe it or not.
Well, those are called
Pretty
infidels.
damn good.
Those guys are probably like Palestinians or something.
No, they're
They're
Greek
just
people.
passing
Man.
off as Greeks.
His name is like
sleeper cell.
Galapagos or some shit.
Well, you can make
You
up
know
whatever name you want when you come around here. You just cross over. Galapagos.
Galapagos or something. I don't know.
Oh, that was a good one.
Good.
Well, here's something that we can't make up, and that's saying that. Yeah, hold on a second.
Wow,
I can't make it up. That's Sarah Decker is the fastest lady that is ever raced here on AAA Broadcasting.
That's true.
Winning the
Saw
race.
that.
David Fight even over in the Vigilante Racing League Discord showed a picture. Sarah's dad got her like a little pink toolbox and a cool T-shirt for the congratulations on the big win this past weekend.
We're gonna maybe next time we need to give out prizes or something.
Well, I think so. Yeah.
She freaking dominated that race, man. Her and
Merrill. Yeah.
Merrill Evans.
Well, and don't forget Brittany Cotton either. She just got unlucky that she was stuck that one lap down pretty much all race.
Yeah, that's true. If she wouldn't have lost that lap, she would have been right there in the thick of it with him. Yep, you're right about that.
That was a fun one. Hope to do that again. I'm sure some people missed it. We had quite a viewership for that race. That was cool.
Yeah, that we did. Looks like Jessica Stubblefield saying that Turner, you and her need to sit on the phone for a few hours. She's gonna blow your mind with with her knowledge.
Well, probably be put back on the list, you know.
Oh, once when
three
you're on the
letters.
list, you're never off the list, buddy.
I guess I know that there's a file somewhere in Langley on me.
Oh, it's not a file, it's a full 32 gigabyte hard drive.
Yeah.
Is that why they keep upping my taxes?
Yeah, probably for more cloud space.
Dang it. I'm gonna get anonymous again.
Really, they're gonna call it the Turner Wing. You know, their new storage facility for all your files.
Oh man, I would be honored for that, honestly. Yeah, I'd see.
As we get everybody all grouped back around here once again. Everybody just kind of trickling behind the pace car. Still got 22 drivers out there on the lead lap. Then you got Scott Milner, Tom Barish, Albert Anderson, Russ Endicott, Paul Ferdiani, all fighting for that lucky dog. And then Chris Klein and Hayden Malcolm are both a couple laps down from that. And looks like just Morrow did not take to the grid here tonight. So 29 cars officially starting here on the grid. And we still have 29 cars running.
Yeah, we're liable to get a couple more cautions here if the previous trend holds. So some of these guys that are a lap or two down still got a chance to make it back onto the lead lap to fight for a victory here at Twin Ring Motegi.
And of course, as we say that, we're pretty much right at the halfway point here within the next couple laps. If we know anything about that first half, is we don't know what to expect here in this second half. Is War Aerials with the weird emoji thing that I do not recognize.
It's like an angry, yeah, I don't know what that is.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's an ugly, angry face that's looking at me. Vince Short grew up Steelers fan. They didn't have the Indianapolis Colts until '83. Of course, they were in Baltimore before that. We're going back green here, boys.
Yeah, we are. It's the 98 and the 2 machine getting things re-fired on up here side by side down the front straightaway into turns 1 and 2. The 1 machine looking to the outside of the 33 of Sean Roberts here as well. And he's going to be able to run away with that position here really quick. Then you got Joe Thompson. Haven't talked about him here as of late, but that 12 machine up 20 spots right now, fighting inside of this top 10 alongside the 32 of Nick Biddy, who's up 17 spots right now. The 3 machine, flying on up here as well. Looked like the 12 maybe overcooked it just a little bit. Oh my goodness, we got some squiggly squagglies going on.
15, a little bit of a check up there.
Oh, 33!
Yellow's out.
.33 going around up there, pretty much right in front of the field. Sean Roberts
Lost it coming off of 4. Did he not?
Ooh, goodness gracious. I don't know if he had a little bit of help here. Let's go ahead and jump on up to the chopper camera. If I can ever find the chopper camera. There it is. He was drifting up as the 8 was getting a little loose and was able to get it corrected, and just the bumps of the quarter panels just in the right spot there to upset the balance of the 33 machine and hard into that inside pit wall. Very unforgiving walls here at Twin Ring. It's pretty much all concrete all the way around.
Well, the 8 Pepsi machine was loose first.
Yep.
And came down to correct. Yeah, I see that now, and ran into the right front of the 33. Dylan Bryan actually taking credit for that on the radio just now. I'm sure he wanted to wait until he kind of seen it on replay, maybe.
Man, just a close call out there.
But these guys will get this thing re-racked here. get us back going here soon. Looks like a couple guys coming down the pit lane, probably for damage repairs. Got Milner in the 31 car. Your lucky dog driver getting his lap back here, passing the field on the outside.
Who was it that would do the like a dog barking as he would go through?
That was the oldest man in iRacing.
Oh, was that Michelob?
That was Mr. Michelob himself. That's what he would do. Lucky dog coming high. Oh, oh, oh. Jessica Stubbfield, have y'all heard about the airport in Denver?
I heard it's really high.
I've been to the airport in Denver quite a few times. Kind of difficult to find your way in that joker. But they have lots of bars. You get to the bottom of an escalator, there's a bar here, and then you go down there to where your terminal's at, there's another bar. I do remember that about the airport in Denver.
Do we need to have a Alan Brown story time about me running into my boss at an airport bar?
Probably should, because I mean, it's really happening out here for a while. Lights are still on the pace.
Yeah.
So you gotta leave the map.
Long story short, our company had bought a new delivery truck that up here in New Hampshire because A, that's where our HQ is, and B, no sales tax. And they needed someone to transport it over to our Indianapolis station. So I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll do it, whatever. So drive it on over there, and they, you know, roughly had a time booked for what flight I'd be on. So whatever, and get to the airport there in Indy, and as I board the plane, I see my boss sitting there in one of the seats. I'm like, oh, how's it going? And he's like, oh, what are you doing out here? So then we were both headed back to New Hampshire, and we had probably about a 2.5 hour layover in like Chicago or something. So we ended up sitting up at a bar and drinking our night away.
Had really bad experiences with just having a few drinks and then getting on an airplane. Something about the altitude.
I was so tired from all the driving and whatnot. Like the two beers, I got onto the plane and I just passed out, took a nap.
I thought I was having a stroke a couple times. I was on the plane. I'm like, oh my god, I felt terrible. That's the only common denominator. Was those are the couple of flights that I drank right before I got on the plane.
Mm.
Thinking, I just sleep through it, you know. No, not me.
Well, you're also like a flight guy. You're really into the whole flying thing. So it's probably you were probably like super excited to be flying.
I used to fly a bunch and I hated it. I absolutely hated flying. I mean, it was interesting and stuff. Don't get me wrong. I love the airplane part of it, but the actual air travel and putting up with all the crap and have zero control of what's going on, I don't like that part.
Man, we just gotta get you that clearance, get you up into the jump seat up with the pilots.
I had the offer one time where I'd jump on a B-52 and our flight kept getting scrubbed, so I told my second in command.
It's a sign.
Our DO, I'm like, hey man, I just want to trade my incentive flight for a day off. He was like, what? He couldn't believe it. I'm like, yeah, I'd rather have a day off. So I never flew on the B-52. Plenty of work on them, but never flew on them.
Well,
my wife did.
Speaking of work on, let's work on getting this one here to the end as the 98 of Connor Leach get things restarted off here once again down the front stretch with that of Jim Ott off to his outside. Here comes that one of DW's shooting up the inside as well, trying to get around the 32 of Nick Biddy. with some good side-by-side fighting going on there, almost making some contact down through turns 1 and 2, but they're able to avoid it. Then you got the 19 Brandon Coleman trying to go side-by-side here, as well as that 12 machine trying to get back on up here, up towards the front. You also got the 38 of Frank Peacock out here trying to make up some good spots right now.
Oh, B-Mac out there, Benjamin McKinnon looking to try to make a good recovery out there and try to make up some more spots. He's already up 14 where he started here today because he did get a penalty at the beginning of today's race. Continuing his trek up front. So is Joe Thompson and our buddy Joe David. Bunch of spots, but looks like so far, Alan, hard charger of the day so far. Nick Biddy up 22 spots in third.
Oh, yes, sir. He's trying to get up onto that podium here tonight. 92 Stubblefield trying to make his way around on the outside right now, get up inside of that top 15, that top half of this field, as Albert Anderson racing to hold on to that that lucky dog spot. So far looking pretty good right now. I believe he's got that one by a little bit over his good buddy Russ Endicott right behind him. Meanwhile, Jim Ott running fastest lap of the race behind that 98 of Connor Leach. Maybe getting a little bit of that draft help there to really drag him along.
And it came back to some good racing there. A little side by side.
Yes.
And Jessica's talking about the airport in Denver. Yes, I know about the Satan Airport in Denver. It's a terrible place. Not Denver in general, but the airport.
And at the airport, right?
Oh, it's evil spirits in there.
Evil spirits.
Mm-hmm.
You mean Spirit Airlines? Because I
No. It's deeper than Spirit Airlines. It's like, I think the Illuminati run that place, to be honest with you.
What?
And, yeah, well, I can't say that.
That's
it
why
starts
it's
with
laid out all like crap, you know?
Well, and then they have these Broncos with red eyes. Then they have other satanic things in there.
What?
Really not for me.
A red-eyed horse is a devil thing?
Oh.
Oh.
No, that's just like, that's what draws you in, you know?
Oh, couple of cars around. Yellow is out.
No,
Ooh.
slow down.
One of them. Somebody blew an engine. I'm not sure it was Paul Durkee or not. He's holding his brake right now.
Looks like, let's see. Oh, the 22 getting into the back end. Pretty firm there on the 13. Yeah, did a pretty good job avoiding the contact there. Looked like there might have been some other stuff going on, so that's the 13 and the 22. Looked like Hayden Malcolm also having a little bit of an issues, or trying to see. Oh yeah, even Hayden Malcolm just on his own with a self spin. Ooh, and hard impact into the inside fence. I think that's that engine you getting blown up that you heard there, Mr. English.
That's what I heard, yeah.
Well, as we have ourselves yet another caution here, and everybody gets back underway, let's go ahead and take a quick step aside while we have a break in this action. And when we come back, we'll have the remaining second half of this Numb Thumbs Racing League race from Twin Ring Motegi. And welcome back as we get ready to head on back to the green flag here with the 98 and the 2 all lined on up side by side, followed up by the 1 in the 3, 05 and the 38, 19, 23, 92 and the 14, rounding out your top 10 as the pace car gets ready to head on down onto pit road. As the green flag is out and away we go here once again. Green flag racing here from Japan as these Num Thumbs Racing lead drivers take on this twin ring of Motegi. You got the 98 of Connor Leach out to an early lead there, while the 1 machine battling side by side with the 3 of Skylar Herod trying to creep up onto a podium position here tonight. Having some good side-by-side battle. It looks like the 2 machine losing a bit of little ground there as the 3 machine gets sucked up to his to his outside. Then you got the 92 of Stubblefield also making some moves here up against that far outside wall, getting a pass made there on that 32 of Nick Biddy. You also got that 13 of Paul Durkee trying to make a comeback after a couple of incidences here now, going alongside that 6 of Joe David.
Looks like these guys heading to Iowa next week on Monday.
Ooh, another driver track.
Yeah, that'll be
Quite
fun
a
to see what these
difference. Japan to Iowa.
Yes.
Wow.
Burning lots of fossil fuels to get these cars back and forth.
Well, good.
One
We
side of the
should.
world
That
to
makes
the other.
Makes the economy go.
They better get
That's
that
the real thing.
better get that corn harvest in so they can get all those giant planes flying in from
Oh yeah, they're in.
Japan to land there.
Imagine
They get the
they're
corn
already
in,
up
yeah.
there. Up there, it's so down. It's probably like 12 degrees in Iowa at this point.
They're in down here too now.
Are they? Well, it's earlier. No.
Cotton guys are going to finish up here in about a
Yeah. Did y'all see? Speaking of all these conspiracies, did y'all
Who
see
is?
where that victim of one of the Epstein victims somehow overdosed in Palm Beach the other day? Man, what a coincidence.
She's set to testify or something. Tell her story or release a book.
Probably.
Point a finger or something.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of got to stay off the island, you guys. That's the whole key. Endicott's having a little trouble there. Straighten it out.
79 in the 000, heading on over side by side. 099 Albert Anderson getting his lap back, looking to get back up into this mix here as well. As we got some good side by side going on. It's just not lasting very long.
Vincent Short, I'm with you, man. Some tracks are like that. You're racing the racetrack more than you're racing the other drivers. And if you just pay attention to what you're doing with the track and kind of trying to tune out what's going on around you, sometimes you can overtake folks.
Somebody went down low. Saved it, though.
Oh, looks like that was the 12 of
Thompson.
Joe Thompson.
One just got to the outside wall and checked the outside lineup.
How dare he?
And that donkey leg just coming back to its instincts and start kicking. And,
Well, if it was a transplant, I mean.
well, that's what I heard.
Yeah, well, they do a lot of experiments down there in his neck of the woods. Yeah, I think so.
A lot of SEC schools down there that probably, take barnyard animals' parts and fix a human.
Yeah, they've been doing that for decades.
Yeah. Probably
It's a
Auburn.
known fact. Yeah, I think that's one of them.
I think that's a school.
Is it? That's a shame for him, but that's fine.
Oh,
Everybody needs to be around some kind of loose.
Dang, dude.
What? What did I say?
I'm just saying, English is one to talk. As his next door neighbor, Marie Laveau, how many animal parts has she been messing around with?
Yeah, the chicken bones and all that stuff. You're the one that knows about all that. You probably have something going on in your garage. You're probably baking up some kind of
You
voodoo
leave my
right now.
garage out of this.
It's the
I will.
22 machine of Justin Hurst trying to get around the 14 of Benjamin McKinnon here. Good little side-by-side battle going on.
We barely beat Auburn.
Yeah.
Points, I think. It's close.
Well, that's a victory. Albert Anderson trying to get around some traffic in front of him right now.
Man, everybody
America's driver.
Everybody on the move up machine here right now. Trying to get whatever spots that they can as these laps continue to trickle on by. 7 machine looking to the outside of the 13.
EW, one of the only guys from Alabama that just doesn't claim Bama as his team. He doesn't like it.
Oh, he probably does at the end of the year.
That.
He probably does at the end of the year. Right. Bandwagoners. Alabama
Auburn
used to
fan.
have barely any fans, you know, and now all of a sudden they're everywhere. Crazy. I do like the sorority rush that they do in Alabama. Have you ever seen the activities that go on down there?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all over the internet. Like they'll line up at Starbucks, like 700 deep. And
What?
they got to get Starbucks for all the, sorority sisters. Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Watch that.
Do you know? Is there a? Didn't they build like a Disney World in Japan?
Yes.
Yeah. Cool.
Called.
I think it's Disney World Japan. Or
Oh.
Disney World Tokyo or something like that.
That was
Thought it'd be in
Yep.
Japanese or something.
Oh, well, it probably has its own own name in Japanese, but I don't know it.
ooh, somebody's coming down to the pit. Is that? Let's see who that was.
Turner was on TikTok. Yeah, I think so too.
Ferdiani.
Oh, Ferdiani making his way into the pits? Yeah,
Yeah,
and he
Ferdiani's on
is.
the
You also
pits.
got a good little battle here between the 69 and the 7. 98 of Connor Leach trying to get away from that 2 machine of Jim Ott, but not quite able to. But they have separated themselves from the main pack by about a second or so. And then you got Skylar Herod hanging around there in third, DW on his back bumper, and then Brandon Coleman, Frank Peacock. You got PJ Cox, Mark Collins, Nick Biddy all up in there as well.
I'm just gonna start talking about sponsors on cars.
Yeah. Well, they're wrong. We're all wrong. I have one view. You have one. Brown has a view. I don't know. I think we're pretty much on track tonight, guys. And it's probably me. Do I feel like I'm being a downer? I need to pick it up.
It's
have
just your
negative
your
comments today.
your takes normally have like a little bit more spice in them.
Power behind them.
Yeah.
Zaz. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm lacking that. I'm gonna try to pick it back up though. I've never been on TikTok. I don't even know. I don't do communism things. Okay, Jessica.
Oh my goodness.
That's a communist app. Everybody knows
Did you
that.
just call it Tic Tac?
Yeah.
No, not everybody knows that.
It's the
Well,
32
they should.
sneaks his way around the 19, but the 19 doing a little bit of a crossover here down into turns 3 and 4. Not quite able to, I think, get the run here. Ooh, and then the 32 snags the outside wall just a little bit. Then he got the 22, the triple O, having a good battle. Same thing with the 099, a little 2x2 action.
Yeah, that's a good little battle right there.
6 of Joe David involved in that fight as well. Ooh. Triple O with really nowhere to go.
He's working on the 22 quarter panel right there. Both running up on Joe David, who just got
Yeah.
099 there. Albert Anderson got around.
There's some good racing going on. We had a turn 3 as a kid. You see that little grassy area? That seems like a good place to just roll down, you know?
Or slide on a piece of cardboard, you know.
Yeah, that too. Remember doing that? That was always fun. The kids aren't entertained like that anymore. They want to be on the Tic Tac and all that book of faces. Do
used to do
stupid
that.
things with Bill Gates and that Zuckerberg clown. What a disgrace to humanity.
We used to do that over
Ruining everything.
Mississippi, you know, where the Emerald Mound is, you know, the Indian mounds and stuff. You slide down the hill and stuff.
Oh,
That's
that's
before
good.
we
You're
knew it
just
was like
sliding over a sacred site.
that's
Good
before
job.
we
Thank
knew
you.
it was
Yeah. Crazy.
probably a bunch of dead Indians underneath there. We had fun sliding down in boxes though. Whee! We had no
I like
idea.
it was almost like an illustration with sound, though.
And 2 of Stubblefield getting passed by a few people here. The 8 of Dylan Bryant now trying to get some laps back here. It's the 33 machine. Sean Roberts as well. Ooh, as the 8 machine snags the outside wall just a little bit. PJ Cox in a good battle here as well, as we're closing in on the final 30 laps here, boys. Things starting to heat on up with some of these battles.
I hope it heats up. This commentary is getting really dark.
I know.
Desecrating Indian burial grounds.
Well, that was on you. I didn't do that
Oh, yeah.
as a child. You know, that's my people. I would never do that. But now that I know you have, I'm gonna have to. Next time I see you, I'm gonna have to hit you with some sage. Straighten you out a little bit.
He'll beat me with sage, or like light
Burn
it on fire, let it smoke on me.
Maybe in a pyre of sage. Just
Yeah.
roast you on top of it.
That'll kill all the bad
Cleansed.
energy and all that.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm down with that.
Okay.
You gotta throw some other herbs on there as well, though.
Yeah, I'll come up with something.
Burn, yeah.
Peyote.
I want to.
That way it doesn't hurt so much.
Yeah,
Peacocks
I want to
now.
go on my journey.
Your journey?
now. Yeah.
That'll be a journey, I can assure
Whatever
you.
you call it, when you go find yourself and shit. Oh, that's 2.
2 already. Yeah, it's fine. It's Monday night.
Oh, former 11-time PGA champion Andy Bean died with COVID.
Oh, man.
About that, Suzanne Summers too.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what she died from.
Maybe she had
Summers
the
was something
cancers.
else.
She was old, huh?
She had the cancer.
I had something to do with the Thigh Master. You know,
Oh, man. Yeah.
That's yeah, we got
loved
some.
them commercials, man. When I was a kid, loved them commercials.
We do have
I'm
some
sure you did.
green flag pit stops underway here. Timothy Stubblefield making his way on down onto pit road now here himself, as the 2 of Jim Mott's been tracked down by the 1 machine of DW, able to steal that second spot away. I think these drivers are still going to have to pit one more time, though, here, English.
Sorry, I was thinking about Three's Company. How much I love that show too.
Speaking of, the 2 machine comes on down.
With everybody getting cancer, man. Golly. It's getting out of control. We need to let's focus some of these billions that we're spending on bull crap and figure out how to cure cancer. Everything's getting spent on wars. Other garbage. Fix stuff to help our own people. Ole Miss kills you with their land shark nonsense. Yeah, I don't understand that either. Shark.
Good battle there between PJ Cox and Paul Durkee. Yeah. Got Mark Collins trying to get around the 32 and Nick Biddy here, as well as green flag pit stops definitely underway.
Sounds like the pit reporter may be having some connection issues.
Or he surprised us with a silent Yahtzee.
Oh, maybe.
Possibility. But who knows?
No, I sent one of you a message. My computer completely shut down, froze.
Oh, hell.
Audio. I'm back on the audio. I have to rejoin everything else. Give me a minute.
Oh, as we get a yellow flag here in the middle of all these green flag pit stops, the 9 machine /79 of Jarrett Woodard spinning on around. Well, this is going to throw a little wrench into all the workings here.
Yeah, blessing in disguise for some of these guys. It all depends on what kind of strategy you were on.
Oof. Yeah, just a self-spin, try to correct for it, but it over-snapped on him there and ends up leaving a DNA strand along the outside of the racetrack.
A DNA strand.
Double helix, you know what I mean. Well, in the meantime, so we're go back under caution here. Going to end up being about 20 laps to go when we get back to that green flag here.
It'll be all over before you know it. This last little bit of the race is fly on by. Looking forward to get some good shut-eye tonight. As soon as the checker drops,
Oh, yes.
I'll be doing the same. Dropping. We got some guys coming in for probably some last-minute cramming some fuel down in that tank.
Yep.
A couple of guys might be a little short.
Well, so you got guys like Connor Leach and Jim Mott who pitted under the green flag and were able to stay on the lead lap. They're able to basically get their positions back up there, up at the front. And then you got like Frank Peacock out there as well. Same thing with the one at DW. And it's just going to be a pretty good mad dash down there on pit road to see who can make up whatever positions that they can.
Oh.
But Turner, you know you should really never get into a fight with a dinosaur.
Fight with who?
A dinosaur.
Why?
Because you're gonna get your ass kicked.
Oh my goodness. That's pretty good.
Jurassic.
Jurassic.
Hang on, I gotta change all my audio settings too now.
What?
Sounds like yeah, a lot of issues.
I don't know. What do you think about it, Brown? Once these guys get restarted here, we're not going to have very much longer to go. You think Connor Leach holds on to this lead?
Man, it's gonna be tough because on these short runs, been seeing quite a few people being able to keep on up with the 98, like the 2, the 1 machine, the 38. He's been hanging around up there for a good chunk of this race. 23 has been making some moves up 11, but 32 Nick Biddy, he's up 18.
That's right.
Had a pretty good short run car here, so I don't know. We're just gonna have to wait and see.
Jim Ott, also with your fastest lap of the race at 37.347. That number 2 machine. Been damn quick out here. I think anybody probably about the top 8 got a decent shot. like you said, Nick Biddy in that 32 Ford up so many spots here tonight. Mark Collins, Mac's really done his work out here in that 23 as well. But as far as consistency goes, DW, Frank Peacock up there in the 38, Jim Ott, all these guys have been very consistent tonight. Sticking around right up there where they started. I think it's anybody's race, really. But I have to say, it's got to be among these top 3 or 4. Possibly 5. Couple of wave rounds here.
Yeah, quite a few of them here. Getting everybody back around. So by the time we get ready to go to the green flag, it'll be 19 laps left to go here. Little 19-lap shootout to decide the race winner here this evening.
Okay. How's that?
Sure.
Hi.
Is the audio okay?
Sure.
Yeah, buddy.
All right, man. We got computer problems, life problems, just general problems. Sorry for all the failures tonight, guys. Feel like I'm letting the team down.
No, can't be helped sometimes, man. When you're running a Packard Bell 486 and trying to do iRacing stuff on it, I mean, stuff's going to happen.
Commodore 64.
Hey,
Yeah.
he's getting
5 1/4 floppy disks.
he's getting all these race results printed out on his dot matrix.
And it's going in the next room.
I miss those days.
The tractor feed.
Yeah. Get another box of paper. Let's feed it.
As here we go, everybody all lined on up, pace car all the way down and out. Back to green flag racing we go with the 98 and the 2, getting things started up and fired on up here, down into turns 1 and 2. 98 getting the run down into the corner, able to steal that position away, but we got side-by-side action going on behind him with the 23 and the 13 getting all locked in. Now the 32 and the 69 as well, beating and banging with some side-by-side. Looks like 13 maybe.
Oh, big wreck!
Oh,
3 of Skylar Herod. Go ahead, bud.
Oh, yeah, 92 is Stubblefield involved. 3, looks like the 12, Sean Roberts, Russ Endicott. Big wreck here.
Yeah, the 3 and the 33 are the first 2 I saw going sideways, but I don't know where it started.
I think this one started up there right in front of the 3. Well, with the 3 and the 57, I think. Yeah, 3 just gets into the back bumper of the 57, loosening him on up, and then he gets down into the 9. 9 really doesn't react too much. Then the 57 squirrels back up the track, gets involved with the 3, then the 33 nowhere to go. Same thing with the 92 and the 12. Everybody getting all tied up. So, I mean, for a big wreck like that, there actually wasn't a whole lot of damage done. It was just kind of little tippy taps all over the place.
It's funny how the 57 just bounced off of the 9. The 9 didn't so much as... Well, he wiggled a little bit, but I mean, I don't think he ever came off of his line.
It's like watching a little running back bounce off one of those linemen that they got going on up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, Barry Sanders was good at that. He was always bouncing off of people.
When they'd stick the William Perry in fullback or halfback, people would bounce off of him. Remember
Yeah,
those
he wasn't
days?
bouncing off anybody.
No,
He was running through people.
he was wrecking. He was wrecking linemen. You remember Ironhead Hayward? Remember that cat?
Yeah, for the Saints.
Ran for the Saints. Yeah, man.
What about Christian
Very good.
Okoye? Remember that guy?
Oh yes.
He was a good one too.
Are these all players before 93?
Yes.
Probably right
Well,
in the
no, not-
wheelhouse.
Yeah, not Ironhead, he was around that time.
Yeah.
92, 95, something.
You were probably a toddler.
I wasn't even born yet.
Yeah, either one.
Oh, shit. Yeah, that would be. Well, that's number 3. Golly.
Man, what's happening tonight? We're just
No,
falling
no,
apart. Well, it's overseas. It doesn't count. It doesn't matter. The F.
It's a delay. There's a delay, so
Yeah,
you
hit
can
the
always
button.
cancel it.
Dump it.
The dump button.
Actually, that's really not a curse word anymore. I mean,
I
Yeah.
try not to do that, though.
that's okay. I've made many mistakes in my career.
And Deuce McAllister.
He was all right.
That's what I named my dog after. He could run through anything.
Through the door. He loves running through the door.
Well, not my dog. The running back.
I was talking about your dog.
Deuce
You got a
McAllister
doggy
could do
door. that's
anything
what-
except for manage his money or run a successful car dealership.
Why did you have to just kick the man when he's down, you know?
I mean, he's back up now.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he's an announcer for
Good.
the radio station down there.
I
He
like
covers
that.
all the games and stuff.
Like when Willie Nelson got everything taken away from him, you know?
Yeah, kind of.
And then he came back. You can see Willie Nelson anywhere in the state of Texas at any time. You could be in Abilene one day and then go to like Huntsville the next day and he'd be there. He was everywhere. Made his money back.
Priest
they're talking-
Holmes.
Yeah, he was all right.
LT. Which LT?
Wasn't he Priest Holmes? Wasn't he the first tranny? Didn't he do like dress like a woman on the?
No, you're thinking of Judas Priest, the guy from Judas Priest.
No, like on the Sports Illustrated cover.
Oh, I don't know, man.
Yeah,
LT
he was
Lawrence
transgender
Taylor was,
before transgender was cool.
Lawrence Taylor was a defender. He was a defensive end, wasn't he? Or middle linebacker?
Unless he's talking about somebody else. Oh,
Might
LaDainian
be.
Tomlinson
Oh, there you go, Tomlinson.
played at TCU. He was a good one.
CJ2K. I don't know what that is. Who's that?
I don't either.
I don't even know that one. I got a feeling he's probably right around the 2000s, right?
Well, none of them were Walter Payton, so they don't really count.
It's
LT, I got that one right. Man.
Jerome
Going down
Bettis.
Oh, okay.
Bus. Yeah.
He was all right.
As here we go. Lights on the pace car are off. Everybody all lined on up here once again as we go side by side down to this green flag. 15, make it 14 laps to go here to finish this one off here. Here tonight, excuse me, as the 98 with another fantastic restart way out in front. The one machine trying to stay out in front of that 38 of Frank Peacock, but he's having his hands full here as the 13 trying to sneak on through as well. Right behind him, you got the 69 and the 23 locked into a battle with the 32 and the 19 right there as well. The 22 trying to edge his nose into this battle here as the 19 getting slideways, able to get the save in there.
Double O Joe bouncing off the wall there.
Did a lot of smoke from tires.
Oh, Double O and the 3 near contact there. Might have scraped, I don't know.
I also got the 22, Justin Hurst, involved in that mix there as well. As right in front of them, you got the 32 and the 23 in a heated battle with the 19 still sitting there right behind them as the one of DW getting attacked underneath by the 13 of Paul Durkee trying to squeeze his way on through on that bottom side.
coming on down to it, fellas. What do you think these guys have learned here tonight? This thing's a little more technical, I think, than they thought when they came in.
I'm not sure what they learned. They didn't learn anything from us, I assure you.
No.
Ooh, Joe Bennett just jumped down right in front of Albert.
Albert popped him in the corner there, it looked like. Giving each other plenty of room now.
Oof, and then right behind that, look at that. That 3 is Skylar Harrod. He's a man on a mission. He ain't slowing down for nobody right now.
Dove it right down on into the 22 there. Had the room to do so.
Mark Collins with the fastest lap of the race, a 37.25 here late. 92 Stubblefield trying to make up some positions there after getting involved in that last caution. No, Gio Thompson having a little bit of an issue back there. He is sideways down on the apron and jumping to toe. Unfortunately, that car looked pretty undrivable after that incident with the inside wall.
I'm with you, Adam. I think that Barry Sanders probably one of the greatest running backs that never really won anything. I mean,
Yeah, he was really good.
If he was on the right team, he could only carry the line so much. And if he was on any other team, I think he would have several rings.
Yeah, Detroit's been cursed for a long time.
It seems to be coming around here. Detroit's having a pretty good season
hopefully.
as we got about 9 laps left to go here. The 2 machine all over that back bumper of the 98 of Connor Leach. You also got the 05 PJ Cox diving it in underneath the 92 Timothy Stubblefield trying to get back up inside of that top 10 here.
How about Reggie Bush, the biggest flop out of college that nobody should have ever paid for?
He wasn't that
terrible.
bad, was he?
He was terrible at the Saints.
Oh.
He would try to run outside every play and just dance around and get tackled for a loss every time.
Well, everybody's fast in the NFL. You can't do that.
No, you can't do that.
Wouldn't call him a flop. I thought he did
He was
okay.
terrible. He was terrible. I'd take Pierre Thomas over him any day.
Huh.
Anyway. Talk about racing. We're almost done with this race.
I know.
That's what I've been saying.
Nobody's listening tonight.
Now you got the 22 Justin Hurst kind of smack between Skylar Harrod and PJ Cox here, trying to figure out a way to get inside this top 10. Meanwhile, the 69 Laird Dickerson trying to chase down the 38. Meanwhile, holding off the 19 of Brandon Coleman as the 98 of Connor Leach tries to continue to extend this lead out 3/4 of a second now. Meanwhile, the 13 getting hunted back down by the 1 of DW. Jim Ott really losing a few positions here.
Well, I got one more running back that was a dual threat. He could do everything. Great
Else
running
Stewart.
back. No, he's a great running back and a great double murderer. O.J. Simpson. Amazing athlete. All time.
He was able to jump over airport benches and
Yeah, he did that. And
stab a
riding
waiter and his
Broncos.
wife. Yeah.
yeah. Made the Bronco cool again, you know? Wow. That was awesome.
Oof. Another impact meeting with the outside wall there for the triple O of Joe Bennett.
He was a crossover superstar.
I mean, he's super talented, man. Gotta give it to him.
Really coming on down to it now is the 13 of Paul Durkee trying to stare up at the car ahead of him and will that thing to go faster and catch on up. Meanwhile, the 1 of DW is still hounding that back bumper there as well. Meanwhile, You got a good fight here. You got Albert Anderson holding on to that final top 10 position, trying to stay out in front of that triple O. You also got Frank Peacock and the 69 of Larry Dickerson into a fight right now.
Yeah, Dickerson.
Oh, in contact there with the 19 as well, trying to slide his way on through.
Super aggressive. That 69. Man, we got some good commentary out there. Yeah, Josh, I'm with you on all those. And also, don't go to like a Super Bowl party with Ray Lewis or anything and his entourage, Probably not a good idea. But he's not a running back.
Yeah, 32, Nick Biddy slides on up in front of the 19 machinist. Connor Leach continues to extend that lead with about 3 laps left to go as he makes his way down and around turns 3 and 4. Going to be 2 laps to go as he comes back down across the line.
Speaking of OJ, and slashing, you remember Slash Stewart, Cordell Stewart?
Yeah, he was fun.
He played
No,
quarterback.
he did it. He didn't commit any crimes, though. Don't put him in a category.
Yeah, he didn't.
Like that.
No, it was just the slashing reminded me of his nickname. Slash.
I don't know if there was much slashing as there was just jabbing.
Oh,
and
no.
stabbing.
Plus, he was a QB slash running back slash wide receiver. That's what.
Yeah.
Probably done the kickoffs too if they let him.
All right, here we are. Last lap, Brown.
White flag is out with seemingly no one able to catch on up to that 98 Canadian of Connor Leach as the one machine dives on down inside of the 13. Well, the 13 tried to do the crossover coming on back down the back straightaway. We'll have to wait and see. Meanwhile, the 2 of Jim Ott, he's been caught up by the 69 of Larry Dickerson as he's flying back up through this field. Jim Ott just absolutely bleeding positions here as the 98 of Connor Leach makes his way on down through turns 3 and 4. DW and Paul Durkee in tow, but it's going to be just a little too far, a little too much to ask as Connor Leach continues his fantastic run as he does his Tokyo drifting here in Japan.
Pretty dominant performance by the Canadian Connor Leach here tonight in that 98.
Ooh,
Great show, man.
I wonder if what happened to Jim Ott there that he lost so many positions. He was running up there with Connor Leach for quite a while, but just kind of there at the end. Really losing those positions as the 98 continues his celebration. Man, he's got those drift things all locked in.
Yeah, he's got it figured out, don't he?
I mean, he's had a few races of practice now.
That's true. Jim Ott. Yeah, he retired from the race there and finished in 10th.
Goodness. Had a owl outside my window go crazy.
An owl?
Yeah. Oh, it's going crazy. It's looking for a female right now, I think.
Might be looking for dinner.
Or that.
Ooh, they're having like a triple.
Three-way. Yeah.
Oh, wow. I wasn't going to go that aggressive with
Well,
it,
I
but
mean,
there's like 3 burnouts going on at the same time. Man,
Yep.
we really need to be more careful with our words here.
98 blowing his engine, so his burnout is done. So it's a 2-way fight to the finish here between the 7 and the 3. Who will blow their engine next? Who will be the last man standing?
7.
Oh, so the 3 is Skylar Herod wins the burnout duel.
Oh, he blows.
Man, that wasn't cool.
Yeah, they all blew at different times. Man.
What do we have next week? You said Iowa?
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, the little big track there, the track that's a little shorter than a mile, but man, it races like a mile and a half. We'll definitely look forward to having on that one out here ready to go as we start these driver interviews off underway. Started off with tonight's third place finish. The old man, Mr. Paul Durkee in the 13 machine, getting it done here tonight, finding himself back up onto a podium here. Man, Paul, that was some great running from you out there tonight. I know you had a couple incidences that brought you back towards the tail of the field, but you fought through it and found yourself back there on third.
Yeah, I think I might have passed most cars on the track tonight. One of the incidents was my own making. On the cold tires, and I just spun. But it was a good points night.
The Goats, several of the Goats team members out there picking up some great points here tonight. But next week, we talked a little bit about it, touched on it some. The 7/8 mile up at Iowa. You guys are going to be racing next week. You guys looking forward to that? You guys going to be putting any kind of practice in on that short track?
Yeah, we'll probably do a little practice. I love the short tracks. I take those over the super speedways any day. Any kind of a track where you got to save tires and drive a little bit. I love them.
Good job tonight. Who'd you like to give some shout outs to?
I'd like to give a shout out to the Goats, my teammates. We work well together. Shout out to you guys as always. Great job week in, week out. And to Derek and the whole Thumbs Racing League. Great bunch of guys. Really appreciate what they do for us.
Awesome, man. Well, again, congratulations there, Mr. Paul Durkee, finisher here in third place tonight from Twin Ring Motegi. Man, congratulations. Good luck next week coming out there from Iowa there, buddy.
All right. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
And as we move on here from Paul, let's head on down, or head on up another step of this podium here. Give me a second. I'm trying to change the chopper camera. I'm getting some weird feedback for whatever reason on this track, but as we talk to the number one machine of Mr. Derek Welsh, bringing it on home here in second with a last lap pass there on the 13 machine to get that second spot away. And Derek, I know you definitely are one of these drivers that loves these technical tracks. Put the kind of put the skill back into the driver's hand, take a little bit of the luck out of it, and seemed like it really worked well for you out here tonight.
Yeah, I did want that last caution there because I mean I didn't have the short run car, I had a long run car, and what's their, I can't even think of their name, Connor and Joe, they was fighting it out right there, and I was just tracking them down, and that last we went in the pits, and I wanted that full run so I could get back up there to them because they was gone on the short runs, and but. It is what it is. Second place. I can't fuss about it.
Well, if you watched any football Saturday, you know that my Tigers and your Tigers, really, really close game. There, and, but in all seriousness, great race out there. We knew that this is one you had circled on your calendar. I know, Derek, because this is just one of those tracks that you really love and put it on the schedule for a reason. And I think the reason was it's going to produce some great racing, and you knew that the guys would love it, and y'all had a great setup built for it. Talk a little bit about that as well.
Oh yeah, the setup was great. You had to wheel the car. That's what kind of tracks I like. That's kind of racing I like. You actually got to wheel it, not just turn and just floor it. You had to wheel the car, you had throttle control, and the runs you get especially in 3 and 4, you had to brake real hard and you stay on that white line, and you get amazing runs coming out of 3 and 4, and if you do it right, and that's what I was concentrating. That's where I was gaining most of my ground. But yeah, this setup was great, and Steve did a wonderful job on it. It kind of reminded me of the ARCA cars, how they drive around it, and that's when I fell in love with this track. When we raced ARCA one season, and when we did ARCA, I fell in love with this track, and it's just I think the best mile and a half in our racing. I love it. Yeah, but good race tonight though.
I mean, it's the best one. It's not even American. I don't know
Hey,
about that.
Japan did a damn good job on this track.
Mike Skinner thought so. I think he won the race here 30 years ago or so, or whenever it was.
Yeah, I love it.
Well, it was a fun one. Who would you like to give some shout outs to there? D-Dub.
Oh, my teammates, Mark, Chris. Mark, I think he had a pretty good run tonight. He's always getting in trouble here and there, and finally he was able to pull in a good run tonight. Chris, he ran into some trouble early. Scott, whoever else is on my team, who am I forgetting? NTG, DEP, Sim Gear Central, Martin Sports, Track Bar Media. Appreciate our sponsors make this lead happen. Help us make this lead one of the better leads in the sim. And I hope everybody's getting ready for that big VRL versus NTRL race coming up. We're having our qualifier for our side. I think we got more drivers entered than they have, but I haven't checked lately with oh God, I can't even think of her name now. Y'all
Lori?
know it. Yeah, Lori. I haven't checked in with how many races they got so far, but we're going to do our qualifier Friday, and I'm going to be streaming it. So if y'all wanted to tune in and Num Thumbs Gaming
yeah.
21 on Twitch, I'm going to be streaming, and kind of give VRL guys, a little scouting report, I guess, for them, and can't wait for that. It's there's no bad blood between any of the lead. Me and Lori, we had a great conversation. It's going to be number fun, and best lead's going to come on top, and I'm looking forward to it.
Yes, sirree, indeed. As the number one machine coming home in the number 2 spot here tonight, Mr. Derek Welsh, driver of that one machine. Congratulations, man. Good job, and good luck coming up there at Iowa here next week there, buddy.
Thank you.
And with that, we move on up to tonight's big time race winner. It's going to be a man who has become no stranger up to the broadcast booth here in the last couple of weeks. Mr. Connor Leach, driver of the 98, getting the job done once again here tonight and picking up the win here at Twin Ring Motegi, man. Connor, what's been going on, man? You've been drinking some super juice or something? You've been on an absolute tear here tonight.
You know what? We got the Sleeman, good old Canadian beer, and because we won last weekend, or last week there, we had enough beer money to support having a couple drinks for the end of this race, and that was a fun one. That was good. I thought I raced on this track before. No, I had to buy it. I had never raced on this track before, but it was fun. I liked it. It was there was a few different lines you could pick in 1 and 2, but 3 and 4, man, if you miss the bottom, you're losing time, you're losing tires, and you're screwing yourself over. So it was just focusing on hitting the bottom, getting the thing slowed down in 3 and 4, and then seemed to work out. I thought there was going to be some strategy involved, but the way that cautions fell, like we had that one caution real early on, but that was too soon to pit. I thought about maybe putting fuel in it, go a little longer than everyone else, like we had been in the past. But this time it just kind of run the fuel dry, put 4 tires on it, go out. Then we got a caution, and then a whole bunch of cautions in the second stint. Ran that tank dry, pit under green again, came out with 2 laps on our new tires, and then caution came out again. We had 15, 20 to go at the end there, but it was fun. That was a good race. I enjoyed it. There was some good battles there. I mean, Jim, he was right on my ass the whole last stint there, and then I guess he got loose or something happened to him, and he kind of fell back through the field. I think he tried to back up and get a good run on me, fell back, or he fell back a bit, got a run on me, and he might have been just a little too aggressive on the gas, but it was too bad for him. But good finish there.
Well, our neighbor to the north, doing racing for all the right reasons, beer money. That's if you're gonna have a life goal, that's what I say. I said if you're gonna spend your money on something that might as well be on some beer. But you guys going to Iowa next week? That 7/8 mile track. Technically a short track, but as we know, anybody that's raced at Iowa knows that that thing runs like an intermediate track. It really does run kind of like a 1.5 mile track, just due to the banking and the way the turns are angled and everything. Have you done much running at Iowa?
I at some point I've definitely run there. I have the track. I've run there a couple times and something, but I
Indy
don't
cars are
really
fun
know
there,
how to
man. They
run the
really
track.
are.
Might be a little tricky to figure that one out, but I did lots of practice this week or early on this week for this one. I couldn't practice at all over the weekend because I happened to be down in the States. I was racing a real car. We do a little Honda Civic at down just east of or just west of Tacoma, little track down there, and we run 24 hours of lemons. I don't know if you've ever heard of
Oh
that.
yes, we
Yeah, so we
dreamed about putting together a team for that. That would have been so much fun.
it's a blast. I recommend you do it. It is the most fun. Everyone there.
Wow,
It's not about the racing. It's
it's a
about
party.
it's a party, and it's about putting a good theme on, getting in costume. Like the biggest money prize is for the best theme and the best costumes, and who's using their costumes all weekend long. I think it's $1,000 prize for that, and first place in A class gets $400. First place for B class gets 500, and C class gets 600. So they kind of class you in cars where if it's a goofy car that's slow but it's awesome, they put you in C class. If it's a car that's okay but probably won't finish, they'll put you in B. And if it's a car that'll probably finish and kind of quick, they'll put you in A. And we ended up winning A class this weekend, and
Oh wow!
it was a blast. It was our second time out in our car, and we won it. We had to do a brake pad swap in 9 minutes, right at the end because we ran out of brakes. Went down to the backing plates on our brakes, but it was a super fun weekend. I recommend it. So it has been a hell of a weekend now.
So Connor, none of the Lemons guys are listening in, so you can be straight with us. How close to the spending limit that they set on the cars did y'all come, or how much did y'all overshoot it? Not counting the safety stuff that they make you do now.
So yeah, the safety stuff, that's big. I think safety stuff, tires, gauges, stuff like that, that's not involved. It's basically what you bought the car for. So we bought a Honda
Right.
Civic a while ago for $200 Canadian. So that's like, $50 American.
Whatever the exchange rate is, yeah, it's always changing.
Yeah, so I mean, we bought the car for $200. It's got some oval car shocks that somebody welded Civic parts to, and you can't adjust them anymore because they're the way they welded them together. Those cost like $300. And other than that, there's not a lot in the car. It's got a real slow motor, but because it's a lightweight car, we can get through people in the corners and down the straightaway. It's a long straightaway where some cars are going 200 mile an hour, where we're getting maybe 140. And
Wow.
yeah, it was a blast to race. Oh no, not 200 kilometers an hour. Sorry.
Right, yeah.
Kilometers an hour. So that's like, I don't know what, 130 mile an hour, something like that. But you know what? It's a blast. I recommend it. And I know you're gonna ask shout outs. I'm looking to shout out, again, the GOAT, greatest owner of all time, Tristan Cotton. He was in this race, and he got to do a burnout with us. We had a hell of a burnout at the end. Did you guys see that?
Oh yeah.
We did. He said it was the best ever done, and I think a lot of that was because of your awesome drifting.
Well, that was pretty good.
Lap.
Going into 1 and 2 is a little iffy, but 3 and 4, I got that one dialed in.
But yeah, no, great job running out there here tonight. Glad to see you back up on that podium step, but it's time to get back to work and see you guys back out here again next week at Iowa as the 98 of Mr. Connor Leach, your winner here from Twin Ring Motegi here this evening, man. Congratulations.
Yeah, it was a blast. Thank you guys for putting on the broadcast. Thanks DW and the boys for doing the league NTRL. It's been pretty fun. I haven't been here long, but I'm having a blast.
As we leave Connor with that one. Whew. It's been a hot minute since we've been here there, fellas, to get everything all loaded on in and whatnot, but a pretty solid race here from the Twin Ring.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was one of those where I didn't know quite what to expect with a 30-car field, on a mile and a half, but they spread out really quick, and we ended up getting a lot of single file long runs out here. We did catch a couple of cautions out here. What do we have? 3 or 4 cautions? 4 cautions, I think, total, something like that.
Yeah,
but yeah, it was a lot cleaner race than I expected to see, and it made for some for some long stretches there where guys were just, I think they had time to think and work through their strategy and just try to race the racetrack, as Vincent was talking about earlier in the YouTube chat there. Racing the racetrack and just kind of trying to be consistent and try to just stay alive out there. And most of these drivers did a great job of that tonight.
Did we lose Turner again?
Yeah, he had to step away. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I thought that was in the group. I didn't know that was just to me.
Yep. Oh, all right. That's all right. That's
My bad.
Totally fine. As we go ahead and shut things on down, let's go ahead and tell everybody where their favorite driver ended up finishing off here tonight, and that's with our friendly Canadian there, Mr. Connor Leach, getting a big win this weekend and another big win here tonight, finishing up there in that number 1 spot. Speaking of the number 1, Mr. DW finding himself with a solid 2nd place podium finish alongside the 13 of Mr. Paul Durkee, the old man, getting it done here tonight as well, finding his way on up to that podium. Got the 69 Larry Dickerson fighting through some traffic there at the end, finding a 4th place finish. And the 32 Nick Biddy, your hard charger of the day, up 20 spots to round out your top 5 with a great run. 38 of Frank Peacock had a kind of up and down day, but found a way to get back on up inside that top 10 with a 6th. You got the 23 of the Mac Daddy Mark Collins up a few spots there to grab 7th. 19 Brandon Coleman having a pretty solid run there as well, finishing here tonight in 8th, with the 099 of America's driver Albert Anderson finding his way to a top 10 9th place finish, and the 2 of Mr. Jim Ott rounded out your field's top 10. Then you got the 3 Skylar Herod getting 11th, with the 22 of Justin Hurst there in 12th. You also got the 05 PJ Cox finding his way inside that upper half in 13th. The triple O with the double O of Mr. Joe Bennett finishing here tonight in 14th. And the 6 of Mr. Joe David rounding out your field's top half 15.
92 Tim Stubblefield finishing in 16th place, up 3 spots from where he started. Scott Milner in the 31 finishing in 17th place, up 10 spots. BMAC Benjamin McKinnon in the 14 finishing in 18th place. 19th will be Justin Lawson in the 20 machine. The 8 car Dylan Bryant, he'll finish in 20th. Started way up in 7th there and run into some problems. He'll finish the last car on the lead lap here tonight. 21st will be Chris Klein in the 51, 1 lap down. Also 1 lap down, the double nickel of Tom Barish in 22nd. 23rd and 24th will be Sean Roberts in the 33 and the 7 of Tristan Cotton, both 2 laps down. 10 laps down, Russ Endicott in the 57 car will finish in 25th place. 26th place, Joseph Thompson in the 12 car. The 79 machine of Jarrett Woodard will finish in 27th place. 28th place will be Paul Ferdiani in the 10 car. The 81 of Hayden Malcolm finishing in 29th place. And it looks like Justin Morrow, as you mentioned earlier, the 46 machine, looks like he couldn't get the thing cranked or couldn't get it out on the field. Had a problem out there. But he'll pick up some last place points for 30th.
And that is your field rounded out here tonight from Japan. As always, we thank you all for tuning in and watching and having a great time out here with us, because you guys are the reason why we do this and have such a good time of doing it week in and week out. If you haven't done so already, be sure to hit that subscribe button, ring the notification bell, so you get alerted every single time we go live. And of course, if you enjoy any of the action, be sure to hit that thumbs up button as well, so we can continue to grow this fantastic community. As always, we also have to say a huge thank you to the proud supporters of the NTRL, like Davidson Builders, DEP Graphics, Sim Gear Central, Trek Bar Media, and Martin Sports, alongside Stubbnation. Thank you guys for your continued support, as your sponsorships help support and help maintain what the awesome racing that we see here week in and week out from the NTRL. As we continue to go forward. So thank you guys so very much. So with that, we close things down here this evening. We come on back on Wednesday night with some Vigilante Racing League action, as their season's coming up close to some playoff time here coming on up. So definitely start tuning in to that one. But until Wednesday night, I'm Alan Brown for Alan English and Adam Turner. We're signing off.
We gone.
See ya.